I'm gonna give it to you straight. If you're not listening to Feral Activity Podcast, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life.
We're having some technical difficulties today because of the shoddy internet or something. We might have to reschedule. Hopefully not, but
I'm gonna give it to you straight. If you're not listening to Feral Activity Podcast, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life. I don't know what the fuck you think you're doing, but you need to stop whatever it is you're doing and go listen to Feral Activity Podcast right now. Right now, it's Feral Activity.
hello everyone and welcome back to Feral Activity Podcast. This is Sachi Ice Queen. The Monarch of Fire should be coming in, or you guys call him just the Monarch, but he is an artist now, and his artist name, you can search for his music. It's he's the Monarch of Fire. I have music as well. Hello, Kelly. Let's share this to our guest that we have. This is a part 2 that we're going to do, and I'm super excited because she's going to share with us basically, like, she had this experience at a retreat, a specific type of retreat. I don't even know how to honestly say this word. So as soon as she comes in here, hey Misfits, we're recording, and so if you do want to be brought up, all I require is a heart me for people that are not the regular podcasters. Thank you for sharing, Callie. But yeah, we're waiting on our guest to come in, and this is a part 2. Thank you for liking the live. Appreciate that. I know we're supposed to start in about 10 minutes, but wanted to get the couple likes in before I bring anybody up. So if you're on TikTok, tap that screen for me so that we can get to 1,000 likes, and it'll be better for the algorithm. That's why I started a little early. But I also wanted to give you guys some updates. So we have a new album that's out. It's called Feral Activity Podcast. It was released a couple weeks ago, actually. But the second album that's going to feature the other new voices of the jungle, it's probably not going to be called the same thing. It's not going to be a part 2 because we're including all of our friends, basically, that we've met here on TikTok. And so I'm super excited to release that within the next 2 weeks. And so be on the lookout for that. The Monarch, the main host, he also makes music. This is mainly his podcast. He's the main host, even though it probably seems like I am most of the time. Honestly, it's just because he works a lot more in certain times, and so our guests always can't align with his schedule. So I kind of pick up the slack for him. We definitely appreciate Callie always being, she's actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, you've been in every single episode except for the first one. So, I'm very excited. The first one, it was with, Mim. She has a dungeon. She's from, Australia. And so we had a part 2 with her as well, because as you can imagine, We had a lot of questions for her, so we had to do a part two. And this is something similar as well. You know, she's in her 50s as well. She was part of a nudist community. If you haven't checked out part one of the episode of the podcast, definitely go to YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We also have little clips and things in the Feral Activity page on TikTok. And so we also have shorts on YouTube. So yeah, I think the first one, it was mainly the other voices. I think you were just mainly in the second one because we didn't get it was like an hour and a half and we didn't get all of the questions in the first one. You might have been in hearing it all, but I'm pretty sure you just were mainly on the second one. It's been so long. We started this podcast in the beginning of this year, I think, and so it's been an adventure. We've had some voices, be recurring voices. We've had some that are not, and so it's definitely been an adventure. This is actually my fourth podcast that I've produced. All of these podcast episodes, and I do want to mention this. Our upcoming episode is going to feature a bunch of musicians and artists that we've met on TikTok. And so we're going to play one of their songs, and then we're going to let them talk a little bit about what inspired them to write that song. So we're trying to get at least, 5 musicians. We have a couple that have already agreed. Ice Queen Revival, my fellow Ice Queen, she's definitely going to be in there, as well as Pyro. And the only reason why we can do that, it's going to be like a showcase type of episode where we're just going to play music, and then they're going to get to share what inspired them to write that song. And so I'm super excited for that episode, so stay tuned for that. I already shared it with our guest, but I know it's at 9. So yeah, if you haven't checked out our other episodes, we've interviewed a previous escort. We've interviewed someone who was in Bike Talk Chaos. We've interviewed, we just recently interviewed a polyam person. Callie was part of that episode too. And it was really interesting just to ask her all those questions, because honestly, there's so many things that I wanted to know. I've never been in that lifestyle, so it was really interesting to get her perspective. But yeah, I'm gonna ignore. I'm gonna go ahead and invite you up. But hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Well, that's good. It's been a long day, honestly.
Yeah. It's a good day, but a long day.
Yeah. Do I sound echoey by chance?
No, no. I don't hear an echo.
The only reason I ask is because I'm in the living room, and so sometimes they tell me that it's because we have a tall roof, I guess, or whatever. It's taller than usual. Sometimes it sounds kind of echoey. But yeah, I already shared it to Lil Sinner, and Lil Sinner said she was going to be on. Monarch is finishing dinner because I just got home literally like a couple minutes ago. But yeah, we're excited to go see you.
I know. I can't wait. You need to send me the dates again, because I'm trying to figure out another vacation or whatever that might be happening in July. So I wanted to know. Just DM me the dates you were going to come be down here, because I couldn't remember.
It's gonna be the 18th to the 22nd.
Okay, hold on. 8.
So you're not gonna say hello? It's your podcast. Please.
Why you force me to talk to people?
You're the one who had this idea, so FYI.
Well, I'm sorry. I got more important shit on the brain.
Well, like food.
Like food and bills and work and yes.
This is your feral activity podcast.
Yeah, and you schedule it outside of the times when I'm busy.
Well,
So-
this is the time that the guests can come in and do them. So
That's a them problem, not a me problem.
well, honestly, we did one in the afternoon, and there wasn't very many of us that could attend, and so that's why we're doing this part 2.
Look, I just made something that's just as good as sex, okay?
What did you make, baby?
I
Tell
made
the
some
audience.
hot lasagna.
Tell the audience. Come on.
Hey,
It smells pretty good, though.
yeah, you're welcome.
I already said that I appreciate you.
No, that's not what I want to hear.
Hello, Misfits again. Hello, Crazy Repair Tech. Hello. We are waiting on our guests. This is a Feral Activity Podcast. It's being recorded, so we're on the air.
Judge that for a few minutes.
And so, there is our guest. I've invited a few. Actually, I shared it to our. Callie, will you share it to our Snap group, please?
Yes.
Hello, the lovely Cheri.
I don't know if I have camera. I'm
Privileges.
trying to.
It's all right. That's why sometimes it's I actually like this way better because the other way on Zoom, for some reason, I don't know, I tried to do it on Zoom before, but it doesn't pick up songs or anything that we play like that for some reason. And so our intro we didn't which I'll go ahead and play it one more time so you can hear it.
I'm gonna give it to you straight.
You probably didn't hear it the first time.
If you're not listening to Feral Activity Podcast, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life. I don't know what the fuck you think you're doing, but you need to stop whatever it is you're doing and go listen to Feral Activity Podcast right now. Right now. It's Feral Activity.
So that's we want to definitely give a shout out to Hey Beige. We want to give a shout out to Romeo. He made that intro for us. We always play it in the beginning and in the end to close out the episode. Unfortunately, he's not on TikTok. I haven't been able to find him, but I have his email. But I know some people they close their TikTok sometimes and then they reactivate it. I've been guilty of that myself. I mean, there is a toxic side to TikTok, just like any other social media. So, but I hope that's not the reason why he left.
Or you could be me and you just signed up and haven't done anything with it.
I mean, there's a lot of people that honestly they didn't want, China knowing their information and stuff. And so a lot of people never even joined until, US took over.
Right.
But we're glad you're on TikTok. I love this is actually the only social media that you can have an agency with.
What do you?
Like Instagram, you can't create an agency. And I mean, technically you can, but what I mean with TikTok, TikTok actually pays you to have an agency on TikTok.
Oh.
Other social medias don't do that, and so that's the reason why me and my husband are on TikTok is because we're part of an agency. Um, so yeah, I always tell people TikTok paid for the down payment of our car.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
oh yeah, there's a lot of cool ways for you to make money on here. Kalia, have you cashed out?
I have not, because I honestly don't know how to do that, so I haven't paid attention to it.
I usually just recycle my coins. Honestly, I haven't done cash out either, but I know my husband has. So, but yeah, I'm glad that I already shared it to our feral friends. They're supposed to be coming in because it's already 9 o'clock. So one of them did confirm with me. Um, I know. Thank you. Oh, it was your first gift. Thank you.
Yes. I have no clue what I just did, but I did something.
It's a heart me. Oh, look at you. So a heart me basically. So FYI, for anybody that doesn't know, if you get over 100, I think it's 110 to be exact, heart me's, then you can get your own gift and you can rename it, but TikTok chooses like what gift it is, but they you can rename it. But yeah, so the heart me, if you look on the top left hand corner where it has my name and then there's a heart next to it, I have 17 right now.
I see
Um,
46 next to your name.
Oh, okay. Well, there's some that are active and some that are not active. And so it has, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it has to be 110 active ones. Because like
Gotcha.
every 3 days it goes away and then you have to reactivate it. So 43 have sent me a heart me, but out of those 43, 17 are active ones. So
Yeah.
it's fun. I think it's funny. I think my husband he's gotten up to, I think the closest that he got was like 98. Then that was last year, when we were in Russellville. Because we were on TikTok a lot last year. He was, because Russellville was so small. I'm so glad to be in the city because we have more to do here. We actually just yesterday we went to a comedy show. He got to perform. Hi, behind the smirk. Um,
Oh,
So, Cheri, how was your retreat? I want to know how do you say that word? Because you sent me this long word, and I have no idea how to say that.
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Okay. And what is that for someone that's never even heard that word? Which I did. I mean, I had to Google it. So what is that?
Ayahuasca is a vine that grows in South America in the rainforest. And that mixed with some bark of another plant and a few other things that we're not privy to know what these are, gets combined and cooked up, and prayers are said into it, blessings, things to help mother ayahuasca. So she is like the mother of the the plant medicines that help you go in and like take different looks at yourself in different ways, because every single experience is different every single time. You cannot, and like each time that you do it, like if you're doing it in one night and you take 3 different cups, each cup can be something totally different, or it could just continue on with whatever you started with. You never know.
Oh
But
wow.
but it's like mushrooms times a million.
Okay,
Oh
interesting.
wow. Interesting. I've never been on
Um,
one of those types of retreats or even heard of the word. So when you said that you
Well,
were on that kind of retreat, I was like, huh, I have no idea what that is, but I'll find out.
yeah, it's very interesting, and I highly recommend, if you are strictly an English speaking human and you don't do well with other languages, do it in the US first before you go to some other country and go do some medicine. You have no flipping clue on how your body is going to react. Don't go somewhere else and go try it for the first time.
Right.
There's safe places and things you can do here in the US. And I just had a beautiful women's retreat. It was incredible over here in Lutz, right here in Tampa.
Wow.
But who I sat with, she's been training for like 10 or 12 years. And I've done a couple of retreats with her. I did one retreat. My first retreat with them was right before I had my 2 hamstrings surgically reattached. I was going into, I was hoping for a non-surgical miracle reattachment, but I knew it was already more than 2.5 centimeters retracted away from the bones. I knew that there was no way, so I went in to create the most viable tissue for reattachment.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, my prayer when I went in 2024 was to burn away every compromised, inefficient cell, tissue, energy field, pattern, and belief, and then recreate the new cellular and energetic matrix of the future. One that is more efficient, resilient, and heals faster, and is so strong that it can handle anything this world can throw at it.
Wow.
Interesting.
And since then, my rheumatologist has let me go and said I will see you when you feel you need me. Now, mind you, I've been doing all the right things for way more than a decade. And then this just it's the next level because there's so far you can go with each different thing. And then this helped me go in and rebuild everything. Plus, I've done combo a whole bunch, which is tree frog venom to help get toxins out of the body, emotional toxins, physical toxins. You get burned in your arm and you get frog venom put on it, and it
Oh,
goes
wow.
in and it causes your body to get a severe fever, and you get really nauseous and you purge. There's a lot of purging. There's no psychedelic anything with that. Well, I guess some people say there is, but I don't. It's 20 minutes of really uncomfortable fever, and then once you purge about 5 minutes later, then they wipe it off, and about 5 minutes after that you're feeling better and you're allowed to eat. And like, I feel so much cleaner and lighter, and my tissues feel healthier.
Oh, wow. That is interesting.
That's very interesting.
What would you say that, how did you find out about this?
Um, so I've been doing massages for 32 years professionally, and I work on a lot of veterans, a lot of PTSD, a lot of head traumas, spinal cord injuries, you name it. and I had a couple of Army Rangers, and they were talking to me about it, and I had another one of my injuries. It was one of those times when I had a few injuries back to back, and I was like, maybe that's something I need to do. And I had just been diagnosed with lupus and Sjogren's syndrome, and in all my studying and everything on longevity, and I thought I had lupus like 10, 15 years ago, and just didn't have the money or the energy to deal with it. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to figure something out on my own. I'm not going to go and get diagnosed to what? To have them prescribe a whole bunch of shit I'm not going to take.
Right.
So what's the point?
I mean, it definitely is, you know, something that you got to think about.
Yeah.
Like,
But then when I went, I was like, all right, I've got insurance. I've got the mental capacity. My body's not in as much pain, so it's time to go deal with all these other things. When I finally got my body to be in a 2 out of 10 pain versus a 7 out of 10 pain every moment of every day of my life since I was 8 years old, I was like, oh crap, what am I going to do with all this extra time? I'm not dealing with freaking pain. I
oh
might as
yeah.
well I might as well go deal with all my other shit.
Well, Cheri wanted to introduce you to one of the voices of the jungle, Lil Sinner. We actually, the majority of, oh, there's another one. Um, we actually all met, the majority of us, not all of us, because there's still some that met in Monarch's box battles, but the majority of us met in Little Sinners Live. And it kind of inspired the reason why we started the podcast now, because we didn't. I'm not feral. Like, I am not. I don't ever claim to be, but my husband is. And so whenever 2 years ago, he wanted to do stripper talk, I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, I've never been an exotic dancer before, so like, I can't do that with you. But then we met these lovely people that are feral. And so I was like, well, I
Wonderful.
guess we can start it now. It was 2 years, Sherry. We waited and waited, and he just sat on this idea, and so and we all met in Little Sinners live. The majority of us, a few of us didn't, but the majority of us did. And so, Little Sinner, this is Cherie. She's our guest today, which you already know. She was one of the ones that wasn't able to attend the afternoon one that you did.
Oh
Um
yes.
yeah. So go ahead,
Hi,
Sinner.
it is nice to meet you. Can you hear
Hello.
me?
Yes,
Yeah.
nice to meet
Okay, just
you.
making sure.
Yeah, she was telling us about the retreat that she just had. How do you say that word again?
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Okay. Yeah.
Ayahuasca.
It
You
was
could also
it was an interesting topic, that's for sure. Is there another word for it, or is that the only root? Because that's the actual plant.
some of us will call it Mama Aya, AYA, Aya.
Huh.
That's just short, makes it easier than having to spell out the whole darn word that it never gets right.
Yeah, and then you said that you went to that retreat because of you thought you had lupus, or it was for a different reason.
Oh, back when I first started doing ayahuasca was because I was diagnosed with lupus, and because I felt I was already doing all the other things, I was like, oh, well, it has to be traumas because I've never dealt with any of my traumas because I've always had freaking injury after injury after injury. And if all you're dealing with is the physical, you can't deal with the emotional or the spiritual or anything else. You just deal with what you got.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have any other choice.
Right, but you can't like grow when you're just barely getting out of one crisis after another.
Yeah,
And you
that's
can't deal with your
understandable.
traumas at the same
Mhm.
time.
I feel like a lot of people actually have a lot of trauma that they haven't healed from. So, what would you say to someone that like is in that like they think that they're okay and they're surviving the day, but then they have these crash outs and things like that? Like, would you recommend them go to a retreat like you did, or is there something they have to do before they do that?
Well, you have to feel called to go to a retreat like this. You can't just go to a retreat if you are on any kind of psych meds. If you are on any SSRIs, there is a very strict protocol. You could die.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's no joke. These are things that people need to prepare for. But can I tell you that, I mean, I can tell you that in one weekend, not during the weekend, like most of my stuff, my profound whatevers don't come during the ceremony for me. They come weeks and months after the ceremony with journaling. I highly recommend journaling to anyone and everyone
Oh yeah.
because
A lot of
journaling,
therapists actually do recommend that too. So.
absolutely. But like when I went into my first ceremony, I feel like it put me through every single injury I had had up to that point. My body went through reliving it and healing it. I swear to you, I felt like Wolverine. And that's, I mean, I wrote it in my ayahuasca journal. I felt like I was being injected with liquid molten metal until my bones exploded.
Oh wow.
That is not a common thing. Most people don't feel that. I have been told I am one of the only ones. So don't like everybody's things are different because most of my traumas had physical things. I've torn more than 75 tendons and ligaments. I've broken more than 30 bones. My traumas are different. Everyone's traumas are different. So what you
Did you break any of
experience.
these bones in the nudist community?
No, I tore a couple of ligaments in the nudist community.
Oh.
There, I've had more fun in the nudist community. I've had more fun in the nudist community doing the Lord.
That's funny.
I get out all my cool LED and holographic hula hoops and start walking around the neighborhood hula hooping, and then I try and get as many people to do hula hoops with me as possible. So much fun.
Definitely sounds fun.
Hmm.
I like hula hooping in general, even if I'm not naked. But I think it would be interesting. Does it not like I don't know. That's just, I don't know. Lil Sinner, what do you think about that?
Definitely interesting. I was curious about one thing though that you mentioned earlier,
Yes.
about like not being on like antidepressants and stuff, like, and you said, because you said that it could cause um like severe, what was it that you said it would
It
cause
could
again?
cause medical emergencies. People have died.
Oh, like why is that? Like what would cause that?
It's something. This is not a light medicine. This is not something that you like. It's not something you would do recreationally or anything, nor should anyone on SSRIs ever even do mushrooms. It is so bad. Yeah, I don't remember the exact details, but you should definitely look it up if you're on SSRIs and considering any psychedelics.
Okay.
Absolutely do your research. I recommend everybody do their research. Don't ever take anyone else's word for granted and just like I've had some incredible experiences on mushrooms, but I start mushrooms at like 5, 6 grams. I don't recommend that for other people.
That makes sense.
I remember my first experience with mushrooms, and I didn't take them, but my sister took them, and her eyes were dilated like so much. And we were watching this movie, and we knew that she was on mushrooms, and so we're like, my other sister, of course, she was like, "Oh, let's fuck with her," so,
Oh, that's
and so
awesome.
yeah, listen, this was before phones. I mean, we had maybe a phone, maybe there was a phone, but cell phones are like, growing up the way that most of us grew up in this life, like, it's different because you had to find ways to entertain yourself. Like, and so my sister, she, somehow got some mushrooms, and she was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you guys because you guys shouldn't do this, but I just want to try it." So she was
Uh-huh.
so paranoid, and she was like, "It was an interesting time, that's for sure." My sisters, and I'll say this because they say it to me all the time, and they say it to everyone. Like, even though my mom, even though we're all preachers' kids, they say that they're the worst. My sisters were the worst. Like, they were that typical preacher's kid. But me, on the other hand, like, I think I grew up a little bit more sheltered because I saw how it affected them and everything, and all of the boyfriends and all of the crying after the breakups. And so I think because I'm the youngest of six, I like to say I didn't suffer as much as they did. But I did learn from their mistakes in addition to mine. So yeah, I never tried mushrooms because I saw how crazy it like she was like very paranoid. So yeah, I never tried it.
Oh, mushrooms are fun, but I don't love the tummy ache, but you can get rid of that with lemon juice. You can do a lemon tech. It helps them kick in faster. They're stronger then. However, I personally am not able to do lemon juice like that. Lemon juice is a little too strong of an acid.
Oh yeah. So whenever you're on that, how do you say it again? I'm gonna try to say it.
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. So whenever you're on, like, your drink, is it a tea you drink, or like, is there different ways that you can take it?
It's a thick, warm to hot. I guess you could call it tea, but it's thick and it is not appealing. It tastes like medicine and dirt.
Oh. And so so how long does it take for your body to, like, like, for you to not, like, feel sober?
About an hour ish. An hour ish, because we don't ever have our phones and no like way of looking at time, because this is all in a sealed container where the area is blessed. Everybody is, there are certain guides and the facilitators, and they're all holding the container for whatever. I mean, sometimes things get crazy. And at about an hour to an hour and 15, the facilitator typically starts playing music about the time that people start feeling it. And the more intense the music, the more intense the reactions, and the way that they flow with the music and the songs can help bring you into a more intense version, or it definitely plays by the music, the drums, the everything else. It can bring you up into it, and then they allow you to calm down.
Oh,
And then the
wow.
music builds it up, and then silence brings it down. And then they call second cup. And for me, I start with 3 cups. Everybody else starts with 1 cup. So by the end of the night, I'm at 9 cups.
So how long have how many times have you done this?
After this weekend, it was 17 times.
Oh, wow.
Not 17 weekends, 17 individual ceremonies. Most of the weekends are 3 ceremonies. And I never recommend to anyone doing less than 2 in a row, because the first time you learn how your body reacts to it. And if you didn't get enough on that first time, then the second night you're like, I need a little bit more. And your medicine person, if they're actually good and they listen to you, they want you to achieve the level you need to achieve so that you can get in there, so you can deal with your own shit.
Yeah.
Um
Wow. So whenever you first take it and then you start feeling it, how do you know, like, or do you hallucinate? Like, do colors blend? Like, what's the,
um
how do you know?
well, for me, I have to go to the bathroom. And then things start looking cool. And other people, they purge and it comes up.
Till they throw up?
Yes. And when
Oh.
you're purging things that don't serve you, things that you're trying to release, whatever someone said to you that really like changed your perspective on yourself, and you're going back and you're dealing with that and you're looking at it from a different perspective. It's great for perspectives, because you go and you can observe from a higher altitude, looking down and seeing the bigger picture.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it kind of similar to what the Native Americans used then?
S- Similar, not quite. Different things. A lot of the psychoactive stuff is similar, yes.
Okay.
One of the questions that we had, some dragons, I can't remember his full TikTok name, but or maybe it wasn't him, it was another friend. But they wanted to ask because you're in the nudist community, they wanted to ask, do they hang really low? And they're talking about I don't know exactly. They didn't really classify, like,
Well,
specify,
okay,
but
so there are things that hang really low, not on me. Not on me. I keep my body a little bit tighter. But yeah, some of the men hang low, some of the boys hang low, and then sometimes sometimes it's just the balls that hang low.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's what they were asking because it was a girl that was asking, and I was like, okay. I don't
Oh,
think it was
well,
Dragon. I think it was the girl.
I gotta tell you that there's some guys that walk around and it's damn close to their freaking knee, and I'm like, holy shit, don't.
Whoa.
No, stay away.
Dang. Is that you? I remember from the first episode you said that that was one of the reasons that she wanted to leave the community because of how many old people there were.
Yes, a lot of really old people, and then like some of them, they're really proud of their junk. That's for sure.
I thought it was cool that you did like a live human read. You also do human read. Is that what it's called, right? Human readings?
Human design.
Oh, human design. Okay, cool. Yeah.
What is human
Little
design
Sin-
again?
Human design is like a combination of astrology, astronomy, quantum physics, quantum mechanics, the I Ching, all the ancient everything that has to do with birthdays and star alignments and stuff. And oh man, whose reading did I do last time?
It was AJ's.
Yeah. So based on your birthday, birth time, and birthplace, you find out whether you're a manifester, a generator, a manifesting generator, a projector, or a reflector.
Okay.
And then you learn if you're different profiles. A 1 profile is like an investigator, 2 is a hermit, 3 is a martyr, 4 is an opportunist, 5 is a heretic, and 6 is the role model. And I'm personally a 5-1, which is a heretic investigator. So, I mean, I'm here to disrupt some shit.
That's for sure.
Yes. And so my personality is the heretic, and my subconscious is the investigator, which makes perfect sense with how I deep dive into everything. Like sometimes it's annoying how much I can get sucked down these giant rabbit holes, and it's like, oh damn. But at least I use it for everybody else also. And then my heretic, well, it's perfect. I am going to be showing my art at an erotic art show in Tampa on August 15th.
Ooh, cool.
You saw my picture, the one that's do you with the avocado vagina and the dragon eye portal into the whole other dimension.
Monarch is hearing it. He's like, whoa, whoa. He's like, I'm done.
But yeah, I've got that.
We talk about the artistic work we do with our holes, okay?
Wow.
I need to cleanse you unholy demons.
Oh my God. Well,
That's getting snipped and put on the page.
that is definitely something I'm gonna clip.
Yeah, clip, not click, okay?
God, wow.
Hey, but I made the clit really pretty.
Apparently!
I will post a picture of that painting.
No, the viewers are not allowed to see that. They can subscribe.
She said she's having a show.
I heard that as I'm trying to make me a bowl of lasagna.
That's funny. Well, I actually, FYI, she said this live, so I think I can say this. Our other voice of the jungle, Squid, she wants to get what is it called? Hood?
For what?
her hood pierced.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, uh,
Lord.
My neighbor has 12 piercings down below.
Oof.
oh
Like
wow.
when she walks, we hear clink, 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 clink.
Oh my
How do you
god. That's too
Sometimes,
many. That is
and
too many.
sometimes she has a deadbolt going through all of them. I'm like, how is that hygienic?
Right?
how do you
Wow.
travel? I would think, like, how are you going to explain that to the TSA agents? Like, well,
See, I've always wondered if you have your nipples pierced, does that make you lose sensation, or does that like how does that affect you?
Some people lose sensation and some people get way more sensitive. My daughter got more sensitive. My different friends, clients, the neighbor has everything pierced. She's
Lord.
freaking awesome.
She's everything fierce.
She's
We have a friend on here. He has a lot of. He even has his eyes tattooed. What's his name again on here?
Black Animus?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
He gets on camera. He's actually a nurse, ironically, and so
Yeah.
he has a lot of tattoos, including his eyes as well. So like,
wow.
yeah. So
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy. Crazy.
you want to know what's really crazy is my neighbor has a badass sex swing right in his front door. Like you walk by the glass door and you look in and you're like, "Oh, well, hello." There is a badass bolted into the ceiling sex swing.
Nice.
Huh.
It's pretty awesome.
Is he part of the nudist community too?
Of course he is.
Oh, okay. That's what I was like. Ah.
The nudist and the kink. He's really into the kink, the whole
Yeah.
BDSM. Our friends have their whole apartment, like they have, or not apartment, but their whole townhouse. They each have separate houses because they're just boyfriend and girlfriend, and they're both married to other people, and they've been seeing each other for 30 years, and this place is their place together, and it's just like a sex dungeon. It's crazy. It's awesome.
We
It,
actually had our one of our guests and regular voices. She's from Australia, and she has a dungeon in Australia. And I'll never forget whenever we were in Lil Sinner's live, she owns the dungeon. Okay, so she's a madam. She's not a dominatrix. She's above that, and so she tells the dominatrix what to do. And I'll never forget whenever she was like, I guess in session, and she didn't tell us. And I remember seeing Little Sinner's eyes just go way big, and I remember her like commenting, "I'm scared." Like it was
oh,
hilarious.
wow.
It was an experience. That's for sure. Do you remember that, Little Sinner?
I
It was like,
definitely do. I was like terrified of Mim for like a good week because I was like, I don't know what's going on. It was very intense. Like, yeah, you should have seen my eyeballs. I don't think I said a word the entire live.
no, you didn't. You were just commenting because she was like going on, and then like yeah, and then she just randomly says suspensions, ropes, or
Up the
something else. I can't
voltage.
remember. Yeah, we're like, oh, okay. Yeah, it was a interesting. It was an interesting. That's for sure.
Mhm.
But yeah, so in the nudist community, there's a lot of people that have that kink.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, it is common.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the nudist community. There's a lot of my friends that are into that kink, and they are not nudists and they are not swingers, but they are very kinky.
Oh man, Callie, what do you think about that?
That's crazy. Like suspension. No, I do not wish to have hooks driven into me like a fish.
Oh
And
no.
no. I know. I don't know. That just always makes my back contract just thinking about it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely something that well, of course she used to be a nurse herself, Madam Mim. She used to be a nurse, and so she does the aftercare for these people. Um, so she's even told us one time that one time a guy just came in, signed the contract and everything, and all she did the whole time was hold him.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So like I think it's crazy how, of course she has like, crazy ones that actually do want pain inflicted and everything. And then she has those ones that just want to be held. Like it's just interesting how humans are nowadays.
Well, and she had a few clients that, are into doesn't she have like boots with spikes on them or something like that?
Oh yeah. She definitely says that she makes a lot of money from like feet pictures and boots and heels and all of that. That kink. Is that common in the nudist community too? Like do people just stare at your feet?
Well, people stare at my feet a lot anyways, but I don't think they stare at my feet more than they stare at any other part of me.
That is a question. I don't think I asked that. Whenever you're like out and about and everything, and you're just walking to the beach or whatever, and you're naked. I mean, well, wait. Oh, well, hold on. Let me ask that because is the nudist community part of like the church or not? Is it part of the beach or like how far is it? Like, is it just a bunch of houses? Like, how far does it reach?
So there's about, I think, 900 residences here. And there's condos, there's townhouses, there's houses, there's mobile homes, there's an RV park, and there's about 900 residences amongst all the different things. And we have, I don't know how many acres we have, but we butt up against Lake Como, which has a couple hundred acres of Lake Como is strictly nudist.
Oh wow.
Strictly nudist. There's no funny stuff. That most of the people that live at Paradise Lakes are nudists. They don't want it to turn into a swinger community. I mean, we still have families that live here.
Wow.
So,
Like entire families?
entire families, young children.
Oh wow.
So how
So,
does that
you are
work?
not allowed to be sexual in any way, shape, or form out in the common areas.
Okay, I guess that answers that.
Unless you're at the clubhouse where it is swinger friendly.
Hmm.
And that you got to you pay to get in there. If you're a single dude, you're paying $200 to get in. If you're a single female, I paid $20. And couples are like 100 or 100 whatever.
Wow.
But yeah, so I don't spend much time up there. I go around the regular areas, and like I said, there's still families here, but nobody makes it feel weird. Well, there's always weird people everywhere. You can't get away from weird people. Somebody's gonna make it feel fucking weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't look like most of the people that live here, so of course people look at me more. I don't look like most of the people who are a woman that's 52 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not have guessed 52.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
well,
definitely don't look your age.
I'm not 52 yet. I won't be 52 till August, but yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's part of all the things that I do. All the
You're very much into the health and wellness. What made you want to be in that field? Did you have a mom like me that just uh was always telling you about, home remedies and things like that? Like your upbringing, is that how you went into or why you went into health and wellness?
it was mainly from being in so much pain and the fact that my family on my father's side were all alcoholics and drug addicts, and on my mom's side, they're all addicted to food. So they're morbidly obese, or they're like going to jail.
Or maybe
And
a
I
little bit of both.
and I decided ignorance isn't bliss, ignorance is malnourished and in pain, no matter what it is. So I started going to school and learning about the body and how to help myself. And I didn't get into cooking like the way that I do now, because now I cook for diversity. I go off my Viome results, and based on my results, that's how I eat. Like right now, I got my Viome results back. Even though I'm still aging younger, because I decided to test out a theory, do I really need to take $500 a month worth of supplements? Does it really make that big of a difference? So I slacked off. And then I was like, oh, I still feel good. Maybe I can be a little more lenient, knowing that I have been diagnosed with lupus. I have had all kinds of really bad shit in my past. I'm like, I'm still doing good. We'll just wait and see how the test turns out, and then we'll address how I go from there. Well, yes, I'm still aging younger. Yes, my biological age is 38. But a lot of things, it's showing that if I don't start addressing it now, I'm going to start having a lot of pain. And I got to tell you, I do not want to live and feel like you ordinary mortals. I like it when my body says, hell yeah, let's go do whatever the hell you want to go do. I don't want to feel like everybody else. So now that all my markers came back, and like blood work, my blood work is phenomenal. It's my gut work that after eating gluten and being okay with having more regular people food, like going out to eat and shit, and
Yeah.
I doing all that stuff, my inflammation markers in my gut, my heart microbiome is not doing very well. My cholesterol pathways are not doing well. My serotonin and my all my neurotransmitters are screwy. It says I have anxiety issues, and that one I don't really agree with because I don't have anxiety. I just don't do that. That's not me. Um,
So what
and
would you do if you say you don't have anxiety? So what happens if you get stressed out? Do you not get anxiety? What happens when you get stressed out or something that was supposed to happen doesn't happen and you don't necessarily know what to do? What emotion do you have that's not anxiety?
Anger.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's a manifester. I'm a manifester. So I am one of two things. I am peaceful and zen like, and I bring calm and diffuse situations. But if I am misaligned, oh, I have an Irish evil temper.
I know about tempers, that's for sure. Everyone knows because they probably heard my husband have a temper. He's an Aries, so yeah,
Oh,
he.
yes. And I'm a Leo. So us
Oh,
fire
my son is a
signs.
Leo, so yeah, you guys are very angry too.
And I'm a Leo in in my chart. I'm Leo sun, rising, moon, Mercury, Venus, and it's in two other spots in my chart. I'm as
You know, that's
Leo as
interesting that you
Leo
say
gets.
that. That's interesting that you say that you don't get anxiety. You have just a lot of anger because that those are fire signs. So like I've noticed that about both of them is that they're like super chilled out, but they will be like super angry, and and in my head I'm like, how are they doing that? Like, especially my son. My son, he's very, very like just not um just I know whenever he's mad, he like kind of just turns his like he's autistic too, so like he just turns off completely. Like he doesn't acknowledge you, he doesn't, reply to you sometimes. Like it's just different for most autistic kids than like it's different how they lash out. And so that's interesting that you say that instead of anxiety, you feel anger.
Oh, yeah. And with my ex husband, he had paralyzing social anxiety. And being around him when he would get that would just make me so frustrated and so angry and so resentful.
Oh
And
wow.
it was not good between, like, let's just say, yeah, a man who is a Pisces born in the year of a rat should never be with a Leo, a lion born in the year of a tiger, because lions and tigers eat fish and rats. That shit would never work. I wish I had known. I wish I had known the things I know now before I had done some of the things. But then again, I had a lot of fun doing the things. With that one, I hiked half the Appalachian Trail, and that was fun.
That's brave. Did you run into anything paranormal that
Um,
people talk about?
Not I when I'm out in nature, I connect with nature and everything is peaceful and wonderful, and like I went out there and I had a 5-star experience, and that there's multi-level experiences, and like I get all zen with nature and shit, and everything just works nicely. I mean, and my ex would look for everything that could go wrong, so he was looking for all the messed up stuff. I was there for the beautiful stuff and the nature and everything like that, and that's all I really saw.
Oh, that's good at least.
Yeah. But so a 5-star experience is when you're going to the bathroom and an animal is going to the bathroom and you lock eyes and you get that connection while you're both taking a dump out in nature. It is so fun. It is so awesome.
That is interesting. Oh, the main host finally decided to make an appearance.
The main
I mean,
host.
he's the main host of this one. Actually, it's just because whenever guests can do the podcast, he can't, and so sometimes I'm filling in for him. But hello, baby. You guys have already heard him a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
bit about
Hello.
But unfortunately, this does need to come to an end due to, we can only put so much out at one time. We're probably going to have to do this in 2 separate episodes because of how long it's been. So we are going to go ahead and wrap it up. I do appreciate everyone that has come in and talked. Really appreciate Cheri for coming in and telling more about herself, which I'm starting to find out more than what I wanted to know. I love her to death already. Now I'm rethinking some things. We're still coming down to your naked society. It's still going to happen. I just don't think I'm going to look at you the same anymore.
Hold on. Question: do we have to be naked to go to your community?
No,
Oh, okay,
guests. It's clothing optional for guests. But if you come, I'll show you the guy's place with the sex swing in the main window.
I'm good.
I want to see that. That'd be cool.
I think you should both come and see the house that's like the dungeon. It's got the red walls.
I don't need none of that.
The stripper pole.
Oh, you know what?
I got out of the taxi business to get away from strippers. I'm not going willingly.
See, they say that they actually have pole dancing classes that I've seen, and it's because it's a good workout.
It is a good workout. I won't do it. And the people that live in this house or that have this place, they're not going to be naked or doing any stripping. They all wear clothes now. They've gotten to the age where they want to cover up.
Well, maybe Callie will join us because Callie lives. She's going to be like 2 hours from us, and so maybe you will.
Let's save this conversation for off the app because I can see it's getting ready to get a little diabolical. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So, without further ado, we appreciate everyone who has come in. We appreciate all of our guests, our speakers, and everyone who has taken the time to be part of this amazing thing. Always remember, things are not always how they seem. So, without further ado, we want to go ahead and close this out. Baby, do your thing.
I just play the music. That's all I do. That's what we do to close it out. But thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next episode.
If you're not listening to Feral Activity Podcast, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life. I don't know what the fuck you think you're doing, but you need to stop whatever it is you're doing and go listen to Feral Activity Podcast right now.